We allow Nidoqueen to go down, back out comes the Walrus. They switch into the Primarina and Earthquake is coming through. They respect it and shield up. It is now time for Kanto Sandslash, and let me fucking tell you, if you don't know about Kanto Sandslash, you're about to find out. Earthquake coming through and get fucking wrecked. So today, we are taking a look at the new Community Day Sandslash. Well, it's not new, it was a couple of months ago now, but hardly anyone has showcased it. A lot of content creators have been really hyped about the Alolan version, but let me tell you, this Kanto Sandslash is an absolute monster. These battles have been submitted by fellow content creator xehrfelrosepogo. Shout out to him. If you don't know about him, you need to go check him out. He is absolutely fantastic. He is a very elite trainer, often on the leaderboards. He has got his own Twitch and YouTube, and he's also on Twitter. All of them are going to be linked down below. And before we get into it, he also offers coaching. A few people have asked me about coaching. I can't do that as I only use my Samsung S10, hence my content is so basic. So have a look for him on Metafy if coaching is something you are interested in. So today's team is going to be an ABB team. We've got the Walrus in the lead, double ground in the back. The Walrus is going to be looking to take care of any water or ice types that we may see, as let's not kid ourselves, the Walrus is absolutely fucking busted. It beats the other water and ice types, and we've got two ground users in the back. If we don't win lead, like we did in this video, we'll be switching to Nidoqueen to draw out the water or ice type. So in game one, we'll head Walrein into Drapion. They switched out into Machamp, and Nidoqueen absolutely wrecked it. We are now back seeing Drapion. The opponent calls the bait the first time, but our Nidoqueen is absolutely loaded. We will survive any one move. The opponent goes for an Aqua Tail. You can see we're getting low on HP. However, we aren't going to get Poison Stung farm down. We're going for yet another Poison Fang bait, and this time the opponent gives us a shield. We're going for yet another Poison Fang. We're not at the Earth Power this time, but this is going to triple debuff the opponent. The opponent's lost track of our energy. They've now got no shields. They've realised they can't Poison Sting down, and now we are sitting in an absolutely great spot. Aqua Tail takes us out. We come back out into the Walrus. They've got Nidoqueen in the back. They've got no shields. Earthquake is going to land for big damage. Earthquake gets this Alolan Ninetales down into the yellow. We're going to chip it with an Icicle Sphere, and then I imagine we will dip out into Sandslash. So Icicle Sphere lands. They're now in farm down range. We can shield this Weather Ball up. We'll be able to Mud Shot down, and you already know that that Drapion is about to get absolutely wrecked with an Earthquake. We do successfully Mud Shot down. Back out comes Drapion. Hi Drapion. Bye Drapion. And we're off to a 1-0 start. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle. We'll lead Shadow Walrus into Nidoqueen. You absolutely love to see it. Ice does hit Nidoqueen for super effective. They save switch into Pangoro, and we've got a great response with our Nidoqueen. We are going to debuff it with a Poison Fang. Most Pangoro run Night Slash and close combat, so nothing is particularly threatening. If they get the boost the first time, which they do not, we perhaps would have had to shield the second. So we are going to allow this to go through. It will not KO, and we will leave with an absolute boatload of energy. If the opponent returns with their own Nidoqueen, they are going to be in a whole world of problems. You can see we're already at back-to-back Poison Fangs. So if the opponent shields this up, which they do, the opponent is going to be in a world of trouble. Earth Power coming through. Are they willing to commit their second shield? No, they are not. Get fucking wrecked. See you later, Nidoqueen. Gramble in the back, and that is a good game. Moving on into the next one. We see Umbreon in the lead as we're on an ABB team. We switch out into Nidoqueen. We do need to be mindful of the Psychic, but this is only 4 Snarls. It can only be a Foul Play or a Dark Pulse. The opponent is staying in, so we are going to start debuffing the shit out of them with Poison Fangs. Poison Fang doesn't get the shield, doesn't do too much damage, as this Umbreon has 6 million HP. This time they have actually built up to this potential Psychic. xehrfelrosepogo respects it, and they actually throw a last resort. Foul Play would have been more energy efficient, however the opponent makes a great swap out to catch this Earth Power onto Cresselia. It still does decent damage, and we are going to outpace to a Poison Fang, and this is going to start getting the Cresselia fairly low. So they are now down to around 33% HP. They are going to need to throw a move. There absolutely is no way in hell they are Psycho cutting us down. They throw a Grass Knot. We do survive on 1 HP, and we die with the Poison Fang. Absolute heartbreak, as that Poison Fang would have been putting shield pressure on the opponent. We're now going to come in with the Sandslash. We've seen they're on Grass Knot. This Grass Knot will be hitting us for super effective, but Sandslash is fairly thick and does survive. xehrfelrosepogo now overfarms as much as possible, and the opponent's made another great catch, catching the Night Slash onto Nidoqueen. However, I don't think Nidoqueen is the response to Sandslash that you are looking for. So we are going to be spamming out yet another Night Slash. The opponent still hasn't shielded. Unless this is an Earth Power, Sandslash will survive. They go for a Poison Fang. We now switch out into the Walrus, banking that energy for later. This once again is a Poison Fang. The Walrus will survive, and we should look to commit to the Powder Snow farm down. Back out comes Cresselia. We're at the back-to-back Icicle Spheres. This will be more than enough to take care of Cresselia unless they're willing to shield. They do shield it up, and they're actually at a move. So now xehrfelrose can commit his final shield, and we can Powder Snow farm this down. The opponent switches back out into Umbreon, so the opponent's got a really bulky team. They're switching in and out, trying to keep all 3 Pokemon alive. However, this Walrus is just going to be far too oppressive. This Icicle Sphere will draw the last shield from the opponent. We now combo play into Sandslash. This Night Slash will not KO, however, it will get him fairly low. The opponent is throwing some energy. This is going to be more than enough to take care of our Sandslash. However, we've got a fairly healthy Walrus in the back. We can tank any move from this range. This foul play won't be enough to take care of our Walrus. The opponent once again switches out into Cresselia. We're going to Icicle Sphere this Cresselia and Powder Snow down the Umbreon, and yet another very impressive game. GG's and thanks for playing. You can already see how bulky Pokemon are in the Ultra League, as usually when using triple shadows, there's no switching in and out in the Great League. So moving on into the next battle, we laid Shadow Walrein into Mandibuzz. The opponent shit their pants, switching out into Obstagoon, and we've got a great response with Nidoqueen. Most Nidoqueen users go constantly for the debuff. xehrfelrose goes straight for the Earth Power. The Obstagoon shows zero respect. It lands for huge damage. We can now tank this Night Slash and commit to the Poison Jab farm down. We do manage to farm down. When Mandibuzz returns, they're going to start getting debuffed with Poison Fangs, and we are sitting in a great spot. Back out comes the Mandibuzz. This Poison Fang won't do a lot because Mandibuzz is essentially a flying Umbreon with 6 million HP. The opponent is looking to snarl us down. They're going to get hit with yet another Poison Fang as they've been debuffed. We are getting them into the yellow. The opponent's still trying to farm down. They eventually give up, dumping some energy on our low health Nidoqueen. We come back in with the Walrus and this Escavalier in the back. xehrfelrose going straight for the Earthquake, looking to get a shield off the opponent. Earthquake coming through. The opponent does shield it up. And now we come in with Sandslash. We do have to be mindful. This Escavalier is fairly loaded. However, Mudshot Night Slash is so spammy. First one lands there into the yellow. We are going to have to shield up these potential Drill Runs or Mega Horn. The opponent goes for a Drill Run. We're hoping they're not on Acid Spray. Once again, xehrfelrose is choosing to shield this up. And they actually go for the Hail Mary of a Mega Horn. We can now overfarm 2 back-to-back Night Slashes. This Night Slash should be enough to take care of the Escavalier. Unless they shield, they do shield it up. We're at the back-to-back. This boosted Night Slash is going to be more than enough to take care of Escavalier. Back out comes the Mandibuzz. We are boosted and we are looking to go for the resisted Earthquake. The opponent throws a Dark Pulse. Sandslash does survive. Boosted Earthquake coming through. Will this resisted Earthquake be enough to KO? No, it's not, but we are going to be able to win this game with the Walrus. Holy crap, Mandibuzz is bulky. Earthquake hits so hard. I know it is resisted, but that was a really disappointing amount of damage, if I'm being brutally honest. Moving on into the next one. We see the Kentucky Fried Chicken Bird of Death in the lead. We safe switch into Nidoqueen, looking to draw out the potential Water or Ice type. We are going to shield this up, respecting the potential Brave Bird, and they bait us with a Flame Charge. They now switch out into Pidgeot, and I don't think Pidgeot is going to appreciate this loaded Nidoqueen. First Poison Fang does respectable damage. We're going to get to this second one, and if they don't shield, it is going to get the Pidgeot fairly low. One more Poison Jab that already into the red. We sneak an extra. The opponent is going to have to Brave Bird to take us out. We shield it up and we're baited for a second time. You absolutely hate to see it. Back out comes Talonflame. We switch out back into the Walrus to reset our debuff. We're throwing an Icicle Sphere. The opponent once again doesn't shield. They are going for a Brave Bird. The Walrus is super thick in the Ultra League. It does survive. What are they saving 2 shields for? And holy crap, Shadow Zapdos. Triple flyers. You love to see it. We've now got our loaded Nidoqueen back on the battlefield. Poison Fang does draw a shield from the Zapdos. They are going to take us out with a Drill Peck. And it's now going to be down to Kanto Sandslash to clean up this game. We are resisting the Thunder Shocks. However, Shadow Zapdos does hit really hard with Drill Peck. The next one will KO. We're looking to get to the back-to-back Night Slashes. This one will either draw the final shield or knock out, as they are debuffed on defense. The opponent lets it go, putting it all on Talonflame. However, that I think is a huge mistake, because this first Night Slash will draw the final shield, and we are going to outpace to the second Night Slash. And once again, xehrfelrose picks up an impressive dub. GG's and thanks for playing. Shout out to that opponent for running a really cool triple flyer team featuring Shadow Zapdos. Moving on into the next battle, see Swampert in the lead. They say switch out into Beware, and we come in with Nidoqueen. We do have to be mindful of the potential payback. However, we are going to start debuffing them with some poison jabs. The opponent is building up a boatload of energy. xehrfelrose is choosing to respect up the potential payback. We correctly shield, great shield on our part. This is just going to be a resisted superpower. It will not care, and we will be able to go for the poison jab farm down. And once again, Nidoqueen is absolutely loaded. The opponent is waiting out their time, and they now come into an Escavalier. We are going for a Poison Fang bait. Let's see if the opponent shields it up. We do draw a shield. We're now going to outpace to the Earth Power. Earth Power is going to do big damage with that debuff. Escavalier is super glassy, and we've got both shields. We now switch out into Sandslash, and we are going to choose to tank whatever they choose to throw. Drill Run does around 50% of our HP, and now we are going to outpace this Swampert to an Earthquake. Do they respect the damage from a Shadow Sandslash? No, they do not. Holy crap, it near one shot, and this is actually a regular Swampert, not even a Shadow. They are going to take us out with a Hydro Cannon. However, we can now come back in with the Walrus. We are looking to farm down. We get the farm down, and this game is absolutely over. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we see the mirror. We obviously have got to stay in, as Walrus is something that our backline doesn't want to see. So this is going to be a game of baits. We are choosing to shield this first move up. The opponent goes for the Earthquake. Great shield on our part. We now overfarm and fire back one Earthquake of our own. Does the opponent respect the Earthquake? Yes, they do. So this could be a long, drawn-out match. Once again, we are firing off an Earthquake. Does the opponent give up their final shield? No, they do not. We've got their Walrus into the yellow. Let's see what xehrfelrose chooses to do. We shield last minute, and we shield up yet another Earthquake. So we are really looking to get rid of this Walrus. We outpace to the next Earthquake, and we are going for an Icicle Sphere bait. Does the opponent give up their final shield? No, they do not. This next Icicle Sphere won't KO, but it will get them really low. Icicle Sphere does get them low. However, they do survive, and we're going to have to tank an Earthquake. Earthquake comes through, gets us into the yellow, and we now look to snipe with Nidoqueen. Let's see what the opponent wants to come in with. They come in to a Giratina, obviously wanting to avoid the Walrus, and once again, we are going straight for the Earth Power. Earth Power lands for big damage on Giratina. Nidoqueen is fairly bulky, so they are going to have to throw two moves to get rid of us. Dragon Claw comes through. We are going to look to get to the next Earth Power. This Dragon Claw will not KO. Will we make the Earth Power? We're looking to make it. We do make it on 1 HP and a Dream. Is the opponent going to give up their final shield? No, they are not. They're saving it for whatever they have in the back, and it is a Talonflame. This is going to be tricky, as Talonflame does win CMP against our Walrein, and they've still got a shield. We come back in with the Walrus. We bank an Icicle Sphere, switch out into Sandslash. We are going to need to really pressure this Talonflame to fire its energy. We're looking to get to 3 Night Slashes. First Night Slash will not KO. We need to get a boost and make 2 more. Do we get the boost? No, we do not. We're close to the second Night Slash. This one should draw the shield. We really need to make the 3rd Night Slash. Do we make it? No, we do not. We die 1 mud shot short. We are spamming out the Icicle Sphere, but Talonflame wins CMP. Beautifully played from the opponent. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we lead Shadow Walrein into yet another Kentucky Fried Chicken Bird of Death. Holy crap, Talonflame is absolutely everywhere. We save switch into Nidoqueen, and they meet us with a Suicune. If they go for a Hydro Pump, it probably will one-shot. However, if they're on Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, we will survive any one move, and these Poison Fang debuffs are really going to start adding up. The opponent is firing off after 5. This can only be an Ice Beam, and xehrfelrose is choosing to tank it. We do survive. Can we make one more Poison Fang? We did make the move. We sneak the extra, so we're now choosing to shield this up and commit to the Poison Jab farm down. We've now got a little bit of residual energy. Good to go. Back out comes Talonflame. We throw 2 Poison Jabs and the Poison Fang. This does a nice bit of chip damage to the Talonflame. 1 more Poison Jab before the Incinerate registers, Absolute beautiful fast move timing from xehrfelrose, and we get our shield back and the Talonflame into the yellow. The opponent is throwing a move, even a Brave Bird will not KO, so we're choosing to tank it on the chin. They now switch out into a Greedent, and here comes Sandslash. Bullet Seeds do hit for super effective, but Greedent isn't the most attack weighted and they don't get stabbed. So it is just going to be a battle of the spammy mons. We are going straight for the Hail Mary. Does the opponent respect the Earthquake? No, they do not. And now this bulky Greedent is into the yellow. Holy crap, this Shadow Sandslash hits so hard. They are looking to Bullet Seed us down. We now make a Night Slash. This Night Slash should force the opponent's final shield, which it does. We need our switch timer to pop up. The opponent's still trying to farm us down. What a mistake from the opponent. Night Slash coming through. It takes them out. Combo play, as Oxford U would say, Big Mac and the fries. And that is a good game. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle. This is actually against Jonkus. Huge shout out to Jonkus. Go check him out on YouTube. He's one of my favourite content creators. He leads Talonflame into Walrus. He's got double fairy in the back. I know that as I've already seen his video. We come in with Nidoqueen, and to be honest, he is looking pretty fucked. We shield up the Surf. This Poison Fang will hit for super effective. Is Jonkus going to shield it up? He does shield it up. We are going to outpace to the next Poison Fang though, and this Poison Fang will be enough to knock out unless he's willing to go down 2 shields. He just lets it go. Nidoqueen is fairly healthy. His Talonflame is going to have to throw. Great timing from Jonkus. He throws when we reach the Poison Fang. We now come back in with the Walrus. There's the Primarina. We're going straight for the Earthquake. Does Jonkus respect the damage? Yes, he does. We now switch into Shadow Sandslash, and holy crap, this Primarina is about to meet Shadow Sandslash's wrath. Earthquake coming through. Get wrecked, Primarina, and this game is absolutely over. We're going to allow this Flame Charge to go through, and our Walrus is going to be more than enough to clean up this game. We actually make a last-second Night Slash, but it doesn't really matter. Jonkus sees the writing on the wall. Shout out to Home Slice Henry for that quote, and that is a good game. So while I'm on shout-outs, make sure you go check out my Factions teammate Home Slice Henry, and obviously go check out Jonkus. They both bring the freshest and the best content on YouTube. Getting back into the commentary, we lead Shadow Walrus into Umbreon. We now safe switch into our Nidoqueen after banking a boatload of energy. The opponent is now switching out into a Skarmory. This is definitely not what you want to see, especially as we haven't got Stone Edge. Earth Power is single resisted and, to be honest, does hardly any damage. The opponent does throw, which is advantageous for us, as if they did commit to the Air Slash farm down, we would be looking pretty fucked. We are looking to make one more Earth Power. We actually make it, so Nidoqueen in the Ultra League is putting in quite a lot of work against this Skarmory. We've got him down to around 20% HP. We combo play into Walrus. We win CMP. Does the opponent want to burn a shield? No, they do not. Let's see what the opponent comes in with. They come in with Talonflame. So once again, great fast move timing. So when using a 2-turn versus a 5-turn move, you want to throw 2 Powder Snows for every Incinerate. And that is exactly what xehrfelrose has done in this battle. We draw a shield from the Talonflame. They are going to throw a Flame Charge, but we are choosing to shield this up, as we are going to make one more Icicle Sphere once again. 2 Powder Snows, then the charge move. This is exactly the sort of gameplay you need to utilise if you want to reach Legend and the leaderboards. Fast move timing is super important, as you don't want to be giving the opponent loads of free energy. We burn our final shield, they switch out into Umbreon, and here comes Sandslash. As all shields are down, I'm really intrigued to see how much a Shadow Earthquake does to probably the bulkiest Pokemon in the entire league. Earthquake coming through. How much does this do to Umbreon? Holy cow, that was a lot of damage. We are going to survive this next charge move, and they probably are now in Night Slash range. They go for the last resort, as they're probably thinking they're only going to make one more move. xehrfelrose over farms. Night Slash should be enough to take care of Umbreon, which it is. Back out comes the Talonflame. We get the boost. Is boosted Night Slash enough to take out Talonflame? Yes, it is. And that, my friends, is a good game. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we see the former king of the meta, Giratina, who has definitely fallen from grace. They save switch into a Charmer. This could be Giratina, double Charm, and holy crap, that team isn't going to appreciate our team. We go straight for the Earth Power. The opponent obviously doesn't shield it up, knowing that Nidoqueen is really dominant in this matchup. We've now got a super healthy Nidoqueen. Back out comes the Giratina. We've already seen that Earth Powers do around 50%. So this opponent is in a really tough spot already. but if they're running double charm, so you fucking should be. Shame on you. The Giratina is already into the yellow. They are going to throw a Dragon Claw at our Nidoqueen. They realise it doesn't KO, so they're forced to dump the remainder of their energy. We can now come back in with the Walrus, and it is the bullshit double charm team. So they've got Ninetales in the back. We're going straight for the Earthquake. Does the opponent respect the damage? Yes, they do. We really need to get some shields of this Ninetales. We bank some energy and now switch out into Sandslash. We've got 2 shields, so we might as well shield this up as it would be super effective. We are now going to look to get to the Earthquake. The opponent makes another Weather Ball. We're going to burn our final shield here, and now it is going to be a bait game. We are going straight for the Earthquake. Does the opponent respect the damage? Yes, they do. Can we outpace to one more Earthquake? Yes, we can. Earthquake is going to be more than enough to take care of this Charmer. Get fucking wrecked, A9. See you fucking later. Back out comes Giratina. This Sandslash still isn't done. Super effective Night Slash coming through. This Giratina is now at hardly any HP. Combo play into the Walrus, and that is how you absolutely fuck up double charm. You love to see it. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the final battle of the video, we see the Walrus into Shadow Swampert. You love to see it. The Swampert is staying in, so they must be weak to ice in the back. The opponent actually makes a great swap. We overfarmed, and they still manage to read us like a book, catching the move on A9. As smug as you might be, buddy, meet Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is going to go to absolute town. We can tank a Weather Ball from this range. We don't want to give Swampert any free farm. We are going to look to commit to the farm down. We make the farm down. We leave hardly any HP to be farmed, and we've got our Earth Power good to go for whatever comes in. Swampert comes in. They win CMP. We are choosing to shield this up as we've got so much energy, and we are firing back a Poison Fang. As we have shield, I imagine the opponent will shield, which they do. We're already at the Earth Power, and the opponent makes another great catch. So despite the opponent being hard counter, they're making all the plays. They catch the Earth Power on Pidgeot, but Walrus is going to go to absolute town against this back line. So you can see why the opponent was staying in the opening matchup. They finally switched back out into the Swampert once their Pidgeot got absolutely wrecked, but there pretty much is no win con at this stage. We make back-to-back Icicle Spheres. Will this Icicle Sphere be enough to take care of the Swampert? No, it isn't. They're going to need to Earthquake to take us out. xehrfelrose is calling the bait. They go for the Earthquake. However, this game is going to be absolutely over. Hydro Cannon will not KO, but we've got a shield, so we're going to shield up anyway. We're already at the Night Slash, and this Night Slash is going to be enough to take this game. GG's, and thanks for playing. So actually, really well played from the opponent. They're triple hard countered there, but they made some great swaps, burning some energy, trying to give themselves a win con. So that is what you want to do. A lot of people often complain about being hard countered. You've always got to try and find the win con. So huge shout out to xehrfelrose for the submission. Like I said, all the links to his channels are in the description down below. If you'd also like your battles featured on the channel, link to my battle submission form is down below as well. If you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one.